the stories and the voice acting, sometimes those are the things that would be enough to catch people's attention. Unfortunately, if their goal is to sell games and make money out of the games, maybe these things won't be enough to get people to buy the software, the Diablo game, for example. But I think that's a problem that so many other people also have. I mean, they are coming up with some sort of video that they've spent a lot of money on, and they think that people would be interested in continuously watching their videos, and then eventually they hit the problem of how do they make money. They've spent so much already, and then they begin to sell some kind of item like a shirt or any of the merchandise where you can buy them, and that's how they think they could make money. But I think the the merchandise, whether it be shirts or mugs or something, won't be enough to cover their costs. But I think, like I was saying, it's a problem that so many other people have. And so how do you solve it? I think the companies, like the Japanese companies, what they do is they sell digital goods. And from their financial reports, they seem to make money out of those. And it's a curious observation, I think, because their financial reports say that they make money out of digital content. But if you look at the games themselves, it's it's a wonder how they could make so much money. But if their financial reports aren't bogus, they are making money from their digital content. And so I think that a lot of people also, if they see that type of financial report, would also think about coming up with some kind of game to sell. However, from my experience, it's going to be different from what you think it would be, because you think that you build something, you sell it, then you make money enough to sustain you. I think that idea, that business model isn't very sustainable. Maybe it would work once, but afterward, you try to sell more and more and more. You come up with some kind of variation to diversify your portfolio, but eventually you realize that you're spending more and you're not earning enough. What has worked for me really is to do outsourcing work. Someone wants you to do something. They are specific about what they want. And it's not like you create something you think people would want, and then you try to sell it and then people will just buy it, right? But in this case, you contact people or they contact you asking you to do something specifically. I think that's a lot clearer, and that's how you would make money, and that's how I made money. Now, the problem with that is sometimes what they want is not what you want. Other times they want you to do it very quickly. And there are cases when it's too immediate. You can finish it. If you I mean, I give you an example. One company wanted my team and I to build a software, an app. From my computation, we can't finish it unless we really work very hard until we exhaust ourselves. And I thought that maybe they can go somewhere else. I could have accepted it. They would have paid us, but I thought the stress, the pressure, you would want to go through that kind of experience because they want it in a month. I think, if possible, less than a month. I know that type of game already. I know that you can't finish it in 1 month, given our capabilities. So I thought that maybe another team could do it, not us. So in that sense, I was saying that if people are able to clearly, specifically tell you what they want and tell you to how much they're gonna pay for it, and you are willing to do it for them, then that's how you'd make money. But again, the problem is sometimes what they want is not what you want, so you will be just doing whatever they want. So it's gonna be a question of whether you want to do something that you want but won't make money, and it's okay if you have so much money already and you just want to create something that you want, or you can also just go ahead and do something other people want because the money aspect is a higher priority than catering to what you yourself would want. And of course, there are people who would point out that it's always a balance of these two. And I think it's difficult because there are people who aren't able to do that very well. So the balancing part, I think if you are running a studio, for example, and you are in need of money, your balancing act would lean more toward getting money, getting income. And maybe the people who initially joined your company because they wanted to do something that they wanted, and you said that they can do it, would feel begrudged, would not want to continue working at the studio anymore. So you'll be losing people, and you need to hire new people, right? And then the new people aren't as good. So it becomes a cycle, a vicious cycle, because you still have outsourcing work that you need to do, and the people who are supposedly capable of doing those aren't working in your company anymore. So you need to hire new ones, and the new ones would have to be trained or would have to have some kind of understanding of what is being done here. And so it's another repeat process. I think that many companies fail definitely because of that. They can't get new people to do stuff with them. It's like there's always this turnover. There's always this group of people who come and then leave, and then new set of people. So it's always like your company is just being used as a stepping stone. And I already also saw something like that happening in other places and at our company. So I was designing the company so that it's okay. It doesn't matter. You want to use our company as stepping stone? Go ahead. That's why you'd see that the code, for example, that we are using or we're using are online, and it's available open source. And so we would need to deal with the problem of people not sharing their code and, for example, taking the code and going to another company and using the code. And so we would have to identify them and sue them accordingly or something like that. So it's a big headache, it's a problem. So at the start, let's just open up the code for everyone. So you don't have to worry about the the code staying in the company only. You can use it even in another company that you transfer to, as long as you reference us. You tell the guys that you're now working with that you got it from this source or something. And that way, I think it's a lot better in terms of sharing, in terms of getting people to share their code. Okay, I think that should be enough. Thanks.